What is up, real estate family? My name is Mr. W and welcome to my YouTube channel. Now, if you are a real estate broker or if you are a real estate agent and you want to achieve two things, okay? If you want to generate more leads and close more deals, then listen up, because today I want to speak about what is the number one way to get more appointments in 2020. So as we are approaching the end of 2019 and transcending into 2020, I do get quite a lot of questions from real estate agents based on this specific topic, which is how can I get more appointments in the following year? Okay, so I mean, if you're watching this in 2019, or if you're probably even watching this in 2020, whether it is the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, or even the last quarter, this specific method is going to apply throughout, because I feel like this specific strategy or this method that I'm going to teach you is essentially going to be I would rather say it's basically going to be a substantial footprint in the real estate industry, however, in a few years' time to come. So if you are going to implement the strategy, you're basically going to be one of the early adopters. Okay, so what does that basically mean? If you're going to be an early adopter, that basically means that not everyone is currently using this specific method. I would even say that there's about 5% of real estate agents worldwide and brokers who are currently using this strategy. And again, it's just basically falling into how we are within the fourth industrial revolution and how things are slowly and progressing into AI, artificial intelligence, biohacking, just really leveraging software and machinery, how they both form a coalescence, and amalgamate to one, make things more efficient, to help us through our daily lives, and more than anything, convenience at the end of the day, because before, I think, real estate agents who've been in the game for over 20, 30, 40, 50 years will tell you that most of the work that they used to do was manually, right? So they would manually do the calls, they'd manually set up the appointments, they just manually do most of the work themselves, right? So I would say that with our predecessors, right, they focused more on manual hard work, manual hard labor, okay? And that's essentially what made you successful. How much work can you put in? I mean, when you think about it, when you look at certain billionaires and multi-millionaires, right, those predecessors, or let me rather say that the billionaires and the millionaires that are over 50, 60, 17 years old, I mean, one of their core principles is hard work. Now, I'm not saying that hard work is not going to be a core principle moving onwards, but convenience is definitely going to be a factor in the hard work. So in a sense where you want to work hard and work smart at the same time. Okay, so this specific strategy that I'm going to give to you guys, I wouldn't necessarily say it's strategy, it's just something that you need to start looking out into, doing a little bit more research, looking at what methods will work best for you, because at the end of the day, you want to ensure that this specific method is tailored towards your daily life. Each and every single real estate agent is different. I can't give you a one size fits all approach, but this specific method can be implemented and it can help you save money and time, right? Because if you have more time on your hands, that means you can close more deals, you can set up more appointments, you can basically be out there more, getting in front of people's faces, so you can be the number one go-to agent in your area, right? While at the same time, you're making appointments like clockwork on autopilot, okay? So the number one way, or let me not say the number one method that I think that most real estate agents and brokers are going to be gravitating towards is, leveraging systems and automation, okay? So maybe to some of you guys, it may not be new. Maybe the concept hasn't been something that is innovative for you to even think about, I already know about that. How is this gonna help me? Well, look at it this way. If you're still manually setting appointments, then you need to start leveraging systems and automation, because essentially you want to literally take yourself apart from that, from that section, right? If you're manually setting up appointments, maybe you're getting leads online, maybe you are interacting with people through your database or just in person, and maybe someone has reached out to you and showed interest. You want to ensure that you have automated that process. So let me give you an example, right? So if someone wants to book in a call with me, it's very simple. I even have the link in the description box, right, where they can schedule a strategy session with me. So I'm using a software called You Can Book Me, right? And essentially it's just a scheduling automation software where they can click on that link and then they look at the available times where I'm available. Now, I've already blocked out certain times, right, during the day, because I know this is when I'm busy, this is when I wake up, this is when I work out, this is when I'm picking up my daughter, this is when I'm focusing on business. And then I have around a 5-6 hour window period, right, where I have time, right, initially to sit down and talk with specific people. Okay, so if you wanting to book in a call with me, all you just have to do is click on that link, and then you'll be able to see the times that I'm available, right, in your time zone, because we could be in a different time zone, in your time zone. And then all you have to do is fill in just your details, your name, your surname, what method you prefer speaking on. Is it Skype? Is it a phone call? Is it over Zoom, or is it FaceTime? And then you just provide the right details from the onwards, and then you click accept, right? Then what happens is that specific software will notify me that you've sent in you've booked in an appointment. Okay, and then I'll be able to see your name, your surname, your details, your email address, your phone number, and the call preference, right? The call method, right? Now I can either accept or decline and schedule another time, but that's too complex. I just want to help you guys understand the whole concept, right? So the beauty around this is that it's convenient, because now you don't have to go through, hoops and hoops and hoops of trying to contact me. Maybe sending me a message on YouTube, or us just going back and forth through the comments. Oh, are you available on Monday 8 a.m.? Oh no, 8 a.m. I'm not available. Are you available? Okay, 9 a.m. Maybe 9:30. How does 9:30 suit? You get what I'm saying? So it's convenient, because now we're blocking out that time where we would be going back and forth. Now it's easier. All you have to do is just set up a time, and it's done. And the nice thing about that software is that it notifies us. It sends us reminders. So I've set literally a day reminder, a day before, and an hour before reminder before our appointment, just so that we're both notified and reminded that, hey, listen, we've got an appointment, and this is where the appointment's going to be taking place. That's convenient, right? I've literally saved around 30 minutes of my own time trying to set up an appointment, trying to send you an invite, trying to figure out when are we available. Okay, so you want to start focusing on automation softwares that are going to help you, really focus on being more convenient in your life. Okay, and again, this is going to be prevalent, I think, towards the next decade, right? I even think that in 2030 there'll be literally machines, right? And I've seen this myself, right? Look at Amazon, for example. Okay, Amazon now has literally cut off people that help you, the tellers, where you go into a grocery store and you have to pay the teller and ensure that all your food is checked out, so you know how much you're paying, right? And then there's someone helping with the grocery bag. That's literally eliminated, because now all you have to do, and obviously they tested this out, but it's happening at the moment, where all you just do, you walk into Amazon, you pick the items that you want, and you leave, and it's paid, it's done. Why is that done? Convenience. Okay, I actually saw a video of a machine operating a specific, I'm not going to mention the brand's name, but a specific machine handling the grill and constructing an actual burger, right, and delivering that burger, right, doing it all, literally all in one, right, in a space of 2 minutes. And what they said is that it normally takes humans around 3 to 4 minutes to get it done, but the machine can get it in less time. Convenience. Okay, I also saw a video of a machine, building a home, right, by itself, right? Obviously it had multiple legs and was doing multiple things at times, but it built a house by itself. The bricklaying, the cement, everything, it did it by itself. All right, so that's basically automation, right? Because now it's making the developer's life much more convenient, because guess what? A machine's not going to tell you that it's tired, or that it has to take leave days, or it's sick, or it can't come in, or it's got a hangover. It's not going to give you excuses. It's going to do the work that needs to be done. Yes, of course you need to service it, but it has a high return on investment as opposed to working with humans. So we're now going to transcend into that generation where everything is going to be automated, or things are going to go to a point where most of the things that we do, the menial tasks or manual labor, is going to be automated. And you as a real estate agent, you always want to be on top of that. You always want to be looking at what technologies are going to help our daily lives, and what companies are innovative enough to implement them. Is it working? Is it successful? Okay, because best believe it's going to it's basically going to fall down into your niche, into your industry, into your area. And if you are the early adopter, right, in your area, where you are basically using these softwares, these automation tools, okay, it's basically going to help you become more efficient. You're going to work faster, and you'll be able to get more results as opposed to the other real estate agent who has to do the manual work. Okay, so that's one of the best benefits around automation and softwares. Okay, so a nice example would be to leverage a automation or social media automation tool, something such as Arsenal MKG. So I've actually got a few videos. Actually, I think my very first video, if you scroll all the way down, my very first video talks about lead generation systems. I'm gonna add it in here. I always get it mixed up, but I'm gonna add it in in the top right hand corner. I actually talk about how you can generate leads on autopilot, and I also show you how to follow up with them without you having to specifically send them emails, without you having to actually send them a text message. So as soon as you get a lead, right, you can send them an email, you can follow up with them, and on top of that, you can send them a text message by saying, hey, listen, I'm gonna contact you within the next 3 to 4 hours. Thank you so much for looking at my content. Boom, right? And what we've noticed is that most of the leads, I'd say most of the leads don't necessarily set appointments then, but there's always that small percentage that does, right? It's always around the 2 to 3%. So for example, if you're getting around 100 leads through Facebook online advertising, okay, 100 leads every single day, I can guarantee you right now, there's gonna be, around 3 to 5 people that set up an appointment with you immediately. That's always how the market works. That 3% is always going to be there. Those who are interested, those who want to move the needle forward, those who literally want to get started immediately. Okay, and that's amazing for you because, I mean, if you are getting 3 to 5 appointments on autopilot each and every single day, it's just a matter of time before you close a couple of deals. You get what I'm saying? So that's the whole purpose around automation and using and leveraging the right softwares to make your life as a real estate agent easier. Because I understand, some of you guys are working long hours. Some of you guys are doing a lot of manual labor. And I know that some of you guys may feel like you literally have to be like an octopus where you have literally like about 8 hands, doing a million things at once. If you're not on the phone, you're driving, you're going to open houses, you're viewing appointments, you're negotiating, you're doing so much, okay? And of course you're doing that because you want to ensure that you provide the best service for your client, right? You want to be known as that trusted advisor. But if your mind is all over the place doing a million things at once, how are you actually finding time to give quality time to each and every single client and ensuring that you are running efficiently at 100%? You can't run at 100% if you're doing a million things at once, right? It's just not possible. Why? Because you're literally giving maybe each and every single variable, each and every single manual task that you're doing around 15% of your energy, of your attention, of your time. Why? Because you have a million things that you need to do, so you cannot give it 100%. But imagine if you found a software or if you created systems where most of your manual and your hard work and your labor is done automatically by the software, by the system, right? Where you can now focus on one thing and give it 100%. How soon do you think you'll be able to get to your goal if you just had to focus on that one thing that you needed to achieve and you gave it 100%? I can guarantee you now you'll get to that point literally 100 times quicker than doing all those things at once. And that's what you essentially want to start focusing on, okay? So for example, I'm just gonna put me as an example. Most of the manual hard labor that I have to do is either done with the virtual assistant or with the software. So, emails, admins, responding to comments, that is done by the virtual assistant. So I can solely focus on creating more content for YouTube and also focusing on creating ads for my brand, okay? I'm not stretching my head out and trying to figure out doing all these things, client relations, looking at the ads and creating the ads. No, I was focused specifically only on my 4% that's gonna get me most of my revenue, which is basically creating more YouTube videos, okay, putting my brand out there and just doing a little bit of cold outreach. That's what I focus on. While all the menial and the hard work and the manual labor is done either by a virtual assistant and on top of that complemented with software. So that's the kind of mentality and mindset that you want to start moving into, because I can guarantee you right now, okay, there's only about 5% of agents worldwide who are using this. And I can tell you that 5% are the top performers. Okay, so you always want to start looking at ways and methods on how you can save more time, because essentially the more time you have equals the more money that you're going to make. Okay, so you want to work on being more efficient, because the more efficient that you are, the easier life will become, and the more deals and transactions you'll be able to close. But most importantly, the more homes, right, people will be able to buy, right, the more families will be united, and the more happy your clients will be if they need to sell a home. It's dependent if you work for buyers or sellers. So I trust you guys got a lot of value from this. If you did, click on the subscribe button as well as the notification bell, just to let you notified each and every single time that I upload a video, as well as if you found massive value in this video, just click on the like button just so that my video is shown to as many agents and brokers as possible. But that's it from me, guys. I'm about to go work out. Have a great day. I trust you guys have an amazing festive season, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.